How's it going, everybody? Thank you for watching this video. And just a quick note, if you guys are subscribed, or if you guys haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe. And when you do, click this little bell here on my channel and get all notifications sent to you from my channel. That way you guys can be updated with all of my channel updates and uploads and whatever else I do on here. Thanks for watching. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the source code. My name is Deshawn, and today we are going to be looking at the PlayerInteractEvent event. Also, be sure not to jump around because you could miss something in the code, which could drastically change the outcome of your project. Also, everything in this project will be available to you on GitHub, so make sure to go follow me on there if you haven't already. And if you're running into issues, you can check your code with my code. So let's get started. So what is a player interact event, right? So a player interact event is basically any time that a player, let me just re-export this project so we can get rid of all the player move event here. So basically an interact event is anytime the player right clicks or left clicks a block or the air. So that is what you get out of a player interact event. And so like in those actions are left click air, left click block, right click air, right click block. Those are the only interactions a Minecraft player can technically have, and obviously entity interactions, but that's something different. That's its own class. So we're actually going to create, and we're actually going to have it do something when a player punches a block. So we're going to say that let's grab ourselves an emerald block here, and to say for some reason you wanted the emerald block here to be like a healing station, right? So what you could do is you could, oh, that's not what we want to do, is we could do at event handler once more, and then we're going to do public void on interact. We're going to go player interact event and Control Shift O to import that. And now for some reason, if you're not quite sure how to spell things, even if you make a mistake, sometimes like interacts event, you think it's something else, it's going to show you a whole bunch of different events that are relative to that. Luckily for me, it's not showing me the one that I actually want, but just so you know for the future. And then what we're going to want to do is we want to get the action. So we want to get what kind of action is actually coming out of this event, right? So we can do action equals event.getAction. And now again, if for some reason you think it's something else and you type something else in, like say you say interaction, because player interact event, it could be interaction, and get action, it's gonna give you the suggestion here to change it to action. And it might not do that always, but if for some reason you do event.get whatever, and you type the wrong thing, you type in the wrong method beforehand, it's gonna give you a suggestion of what you should change it to. And so now that we have the action here, and now that you guys learned if statements, we can go into if statements and also learn about else statements, which pretty much are the same thing. They are the same thing, it's just what happens and what doesn't happen. So we're gonna say, oh, we also want to get the player here. So we're gonna cast player equals event.getPlayer, and then we'll import that, and then do Control Shift F here to just clean your code up. So we're going to say if action dot equals, and then we're going to call uppercase action dot left click block. We're going to do something, and now we can type something else in here. So every time it clicks any block, it's going to perform an action. But that's not what we want to do. We want to do another if statement. So if, so we actually want to call for block equals event.get clicked block. So we want to say if block.getType.equals material.emerald underscore block. We're going to do something. So only when the block type equals, and so what's going to happen here is it's going to check for the action. So if the action is, so if the player is left clicking a block, we're going to do what's inside of these brackets here, right? And then we're saying, well, we're not going to do anything besides run another if statement. So if this comes back true, it's going to go to the next if statements here, in which we're saying if the block type equals emerald block, we're going to do whatever inside this code, and we're simply just going to send the player a message, send message, and we're going to say chat color.green plus this is a healing block. So now whenever the player right click or left clicks a block, an emerald block, it's going to say this is a block. So we're going to change our game mode here so we don't actually destroy the block. So you can see here nothing's happening when I left click any of these blocks, but as soon as I left click this one, it is now telling me that this is a healing block. And now you could do this for really any block, right? And what you could do here is, so we're saying, so if it, we'll do an else statement here. So if it's not a healing block, you can say player dot send message chat color dot and we'll just do red just for the sake of this, plus, and we're going to call block dot get type dot toString dot to uppercase. So this is a lot here, but don't worry. So we're basically calling this inside of the chat here. So right now all this is going to do is this is going to send us a message of the type of block that we clicked. So we can say so we'll do chat color before this here, and then we'll do gold. And then we're going to say you clicked, and then we'll add colon there. And so now what it's going to do is every time we click any other block that's not emerald, it's going to send us a message saying what block we clicked. So you clicked stone, you clicked ice, diamond block. And now this could actually be very useful if maybe you have a, for some reason you're doing a server, or basically like you learn Minecraft or something like that, or even just in general, because not everybody, you could do it for survival, so that way maybe your server has a custom texture pack and some of the blocks might be changed, might look different than what they normally are. And so I just turned the fire off there. So we want to do, I want some flint here. Flint and steel. I don't really know what it is. Lighter? One? There we go. Alright, so, and now, honestly, I think this is going to be a really useful tool that you can use on any sort of server. Like I said, if you're doing a survival server or anything like that. But again, if we click on the healing block there, it's going to, show us that it is a healing block. But what we're actually going to do now is we're going to actually make it heal us, right? So then we're going to say, so if it is a diamond block, we're going to say this is a healing block. But we're going to actually get rid of this, and we're going to say you have been healed for, and then we're going to say plus chat color dot red plus +1 health. So we're going to add 1 health to our character. So then we're going to say but what we need to do if we're adding health though is we need to check to make sure our health isn't over or isn't equal to our full health, because we can't add more health than what we have, right? So we need another if statement here, which is going to be if player.getHealth equals 20. And now you're noticing here that there's two different kinds of equals that you can do: dot equals or equals, or two equal signs. You're only ever going to use two equal signs if you're looking at numbers or like integers or floats or doubles or anything like that. So now we're saying if it is equal to 20, we're going to do something, but we actually want to change this. If it is not equal to 20, player dot get health, or sorry, set health, and we're going to do player dot get, oops, I spelled player wrong, player dot get health +1. So we are now getting healed for 1 health whenever we click this healing block, and it's going to say you have been healed for +1 health. That's weird because my health, if player.getHealth does not equal 20. That's really weird that it's allowing me to do this, because my health should equal 20. I should be full health. That's really weird. Oh, because I have this message up here, that's why. So we want to move this message down to here. That should make things work much better here. Right? Right, okay, so nothing's happening now because we have full health. But if we go ahead and take some damage here, and we're going to burn for a little bit here, we can actually click this block now, and we are getting healed. We can click this all the way up until we have full health. and now we have full health. And we can have an else statement here that's going to send the player send message. That's going to send the player a message. Sorry if you can hear that ambulance going by. You have full health. And we export this real quick. Go here, and now every time we punch that, it's going to tell us that we have full health. So that's all I got for today's lesson, guys. So be sure to join me back on the next video here, where we will talk about block place events and block break events. And make sure to comment your thoughts, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and tweet at me at _source_code. And be sure to tweet at the hashtag TSCcoding to share your project or any troubleshooting you might need help with. And lastly, make sure to follow me on GitHub, because all of the project and any updates for these projects will be on there. And thanks for watching.